Hey there, viewers. It's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Cybertron Metroplex. Oh my god, this figure is huge. This guy is so huge he won't fit entirely in my camera shots. So yeah. Now, this version of Metroplex differs from the G1 version of the character, as instead of being a battle station or a fortress like the original, this guy transforms into a mining vehicle. Because even though you can't see it in the camera right now, on top he has this bucket thing. If anything, it's easier to take it off and show you. Yeah. So he has this huge bucket thing with this axe thing at the end, which can turn around. So yeah. Now this can't open up, so if you want to scoop something, then you can. And it does have a lot of ratchet joints, so you can pose it in a lot of ways. But yeah, more on this later. So now let's have a look at the vehicle itself. So yeah, normally this is supposed to be a mining vehicle because it's got treads here, you see? And I got some more treads here at the back. So yeah, this is pretty... If this was a real vehicle, this would be pretty tough, I bet. And let's have a 360. The back, we have some visible robot fists, unfortunately. Got this red lining detailing here, which is pretty cool. Got a couple of mini-com ports, because we got two here, we got two here, got some here, and we got a couple here, and here. Oh, and this is where the bucket thing normally attaches onto. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode, but before I get onto the transformation, well, let's have a look at this guy. This guy is Metroplex's Minicon, and his name is Drillbit. Now, I'm pretty sure this guy takes engineering from Leader 1 from Armada, as his transformation, like, his vehicle mode is not the same, but his transformation is similar to Leader 1. In the sense that the arms have to flip around and the little things in the end of the feet have to, like, fold up. But yeah, this is a little drill vehicle here. The Minicom port, if I can even speak, the Minicom port is right on top instead of the underneath, like most Minicons. And if you want to, you can put this on any Minicom port on Metroplex. So he can have a little bit more help when he's trying to, I guess, build or destroy something. Now, for transformation on this guy, take the legs and straighten them out. take the actual drill sections and fold them up. Take the arms and fold them around. And, well, that's pretty much drill bits transformed. Yeah, it's a pretty simple figure overall. The head looks pretty cool. The color sort of remind me of Rook from Combiner Wars, albeit with gray instead of white. The only articulation's the arms, and if you want to give him knees, you have to move the little drill thing back. Yeah, that's pretty much it for drill bit. Because Metroplex himself doesn't have any. Well, even though Metroplex has a Minicon, he doesn't have any actual Minicon gimmicks, unfortunately. But well, let's just get to Metroplex's transformation. So of course, it's time to raise my camera. Okay now. So, to get this guy transformed, well, my phone will focus. There we go. Well, this guy actually has 2 robot modes. Let's start off with the smaller robot modes. The work mode, I think it's called. So let's get prepared for the camera wobbling a lot because it's on a bit of cardboard, because I'm just using a tissue box to stand my phone stand right now. Yeah, I just have to go with what I've got, okay? But well, to start, take the white tread sections. Well, not this section, that comes later. But take these sections and move them up. Take these little blue bits and untap them. Like so. Pretty much just unfold the figure. Like so. I can't tell if I have that straight or not. I'm pretty sure I do. Take these sections, they're the shoulders, and push them forward. Take the back treads, rotate them around to form the hands, or rather the forearms. Split the legs. And for the heads, take these sections, move them down, take these bits, move them up, and just turn the head around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them sort of bending over so you can sort of see them a little bit better. There we go. So even though this looks a bit awkward, it's just so you can see him a little bit better. But here we have Metroplex in his work modes. So yeah, this is just a little stumpy leg version of the figure, for if you don't have that much shelf space. Yeah, this is pretty simple, to be honest. Yeah, because the legs are pretty much just... Well, for the full-on robot mode, the legs pretty much entirely unfold. For the head, I'll just show you the head when we get to the full-on robot mode. But let's just get on with the articulation first. The head can, of course, turn around. The arms can move on ratchets. Got some elbow rotation along with the actual elbows. These can open, both the hands can open. He can T-pose. Pretty much every joint on this figure is ratchets, which is pretty cool because it makes the figure feel pretty tight. Got waist rotation. You can do the splits if you want to. Technically got some knee rotation. And that's pretty much it for the leg modes. For the axe, I'll show. Well, for the bucket axe thing, I'll show him holding that in the full-on robot mode. Which, let's get into that right now. I'm gonna have to raise my camera even higher for this, because this guy gets taller than most figures I've been reviewing recently. Like, this guy in his full-on robot mode is... yeah. This is one of my tallest Transformers figures ever. Okay, now. Which means you can see some of my Beast Wars collection. But, well, to get Metroplex into his full-on robot modes, we'll start with the actual legs. Pretty much get the legs back to how they... we'll get the feet back to how they were. On these, like, musical joints, pretty much. Oop. Yeah, it's easy to move these around, so just be careful. But on these musical joints, straighten that. And straighten that. Do the same with the other leg. There we go. Turn the waist around if you can. There we go. Move these bits back. And back up. There we go. Just have to reposition my entire body because I'm getting a bit uncomfortable sitting like that. Take this entire section. We'll close these back up first. Take this entire section and tab it. And just lift this up. Close that. And well, here we have Metroplex in his full-on robot mode. Yeah, this guy is very tall now. How tall? Look at his legs now. They straight up unfolded. So having a 360. So yeah, this is a pretty cool looking figure, but it does get cooler. If I take the axe, which, fun fact, is actually called the Spark Drinker. I don't know why, I'm pretty sure it's a reference to something, I just don't know what it's a reference to. This is where the Cyberkey gimmick comes in. So if you push this up, and if you take a Cyberkey, I'm using the Giant Planet Cyberkey because, well, come on, this guy's a Giant Planet member, if you couldn't tell already. Well, if you just get the Cyberkey in there. Well, if we just see that again. Okay, that was a failure that time. There we go. It plays a sound effect, and it opens the actual thing up to reveal a light, which on my one doesn't really work, sadly. But pushing it up again, well, so you can keep doing that sound effect if you want to, but it's the only sound effect it makes. So yeah, that's pretty much the only Cyberkey gimmick this figure has. And to make him hold the axe, oh, don't do that. Just open up his hand, and you see the handle. Just be warned that this can be a little bit tricky at times, because there's normally a little hole in his hands, and a little peg in the actual handle in the axe, but often this guy just decides that the axe is too heavy for him, so you just have to play it by, I guess, hands. So often it's a bit of a loose fit for him, but if you can get it standing on the ground, because it's tall enough to actually stand on the ground. If you can get it standing, then it does look pretty cool. There we go. So, I forgot to mention the articulation. The articulation is pretty much the same as the work mode. So I'm just going to talk over the articulation. The head still moves. The arms still have all the same articulation. The waist still swivels. You still have knee articulation, and you now have some foot articulation. And he can still do the splits, so let's just have him do the splits. And ironically, he doesn't even want to let go of the axe now. So yeah, here's your proof, he can do the splits. And before I put the axe back in his hand, let's have a look at that head. That's definitely a Metroplex styled head. Even if the little things at the side of his head, the antenna, are blue instead of red, this head definitely still resembles Metroplex. Plus, we have some really cool light piping here, which I definitely think is a cool gimmick. So if I can just try and get the axe back in his hands. Often I'm probably not doing the thing. I'm probably not doing it right. Trying to get it's in its hand. I'm probably doing something wrong, but there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Metroplex. Well, I'll try and add drill bit as well, like on a shoulder or something. There we go. Doesn't even fit. I'll just put him on the ground, even though you can't see him. I'll have him on the ground. But that's all. That's pretty much all I have to say about Metroplex. Now, complaints. Well, if anything, my two. Well, if I can even speak correctly, my main complaint is he often has trouble holding his axe. But that's pretty much my main complaint. And a more minor complaint for me, although this one's just a nitpick, I just find the ratchets to be a bit too loud at times. I know they did the ratchets to make the figure more stable for posing. But sometimes the ratchets can be a bit too loud when you're moving them about, so this figure can be quite noisy at times when you're just trying to move them around. But other than those two things, do I recommend this figure? What do you think? Hell yes! I love this figure so much! This is one of my favorite figures. And well, another reason why I love this figure is because in the show, Cybertron Metroplex has a Scottish accent. And me living in Scotland myself, I just love that. This guy having a Scottish accent makes me so happy. But yeah, I definitely do recommend getting this figure. This is a really fun figure, and it looks awesome next to the other gigantic Cybertron figures. For example, Starscream, or if you haven't, Primus. So yeah, I definitely recommend this figure if you can afford them, or find them for that matter. Because I managed to get lucky and found them with his axe and a minicon partner. Because there's a lot of them on sale on eBay that just have the figure itself without the minicon or axe, so I got lucky. But yeah, I do get this guy. This is an awesome figure. Well, this has been my review on Cybertron Metroplex, and this is Charlie Young signing off.